everyone. I hope you are well. Today we are here to conduct a talk show on National Doctors Day. I heartily welcome Mrs. Meenas Charanya ma'am on behalf of Sri Ajji Gajera English Medium Primary School, myself Tiwari Sakshi with Gunjan, Krisha and Ansh. I want to say that you all know that why doctors are important in our life. Only a doctor is blessed with her magical powers to treat life, to bring health into our lives, and to be there with us when we lost our all hopes.
Ma'am, first good morning, and my first question is, what inspired you to become a doctor?
Well, first of all, my parents have inspired me a lot. My mother always wanted one of their kids to be a doctor. Second thing, my teachers. And third thing, suffering of people. Because nowadays there are a lot of diseases, incurable diseases, which motivated me to do something which can help people and which can help society. So these are three motivation for myself to become a doctor.
Good morning, ma'am. My question is, what is the benefits of exercise in our daily life?
Okay, it is a very good question. See, nowadays lifestyle has become so sedentary that we all need some or other physical activity in our life. Major benefits of exercise is first, nowadays majority of the population is overweight due to wrong eating habits and lack of physical activity. So exercise helps us to reduce our weight. Second, the most important benefit of exercise is it helps to release feel good hormones in our body that are endorphins and enkephalins. So it keeps us fresh and live the whole day. Third most important benefit of exercise is it helps us to reverse lifestyle diseases like hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, right? It keeps our body flexible, fresh, and muscle strength is increased due to exercise. So these are the major benefit of exercise.
So, ma'am, my next question to you is, what is our balanced diet?
Oh, very good question. Right. Balanced diet means it includes all the nutrients required in our body. Which food we take, it is full of nutrients, right? So balanced diet means all the nutrients at optimum level required for our body, right? So there are basically 5 food groups. We can call cereals, pulses, vitamins, minerals, fats, oils, sugars. Our body requires nutrients, and these nutrients are coming to our body from the food we take. So what food we take, it includes all the nutrients, that is called balanced diet, right? So when we take balanced diet, our body should be disease free.
Good morning, ma'am. My question to you is that is stress affecting our body?
Yes, a lot.
But how it is affecting our body?
So major role of stress is it increases stress hormone in our body. Stress hormone is called cortisol, right? When cortisol is increased in our body, our hunger hormones are activated. So we tend to eat more. So it brings obesity. Second thing, when stress hormones increases in our body, it leads to hypertension. It leads to certain diseases like anxiety, right? And nowadays major problem what people are facing is anxiety and depression. Long-term stress leads to depression. So this is very, very dangerous. It is more dangerous than any kind of lifestyle disease.
My next question is, when and where you thought to become a doctor?
See, basically it was a journey. When I was studying, I was not clear that I want to become a doctor, right? But as soon as I completed my 12th standard, my parents, they thought that they want me to be in the science field. So I was forced to take science as a subject. But when I came into food and nutrition, and when I studied all these things, I developed my interest. My teachers motivated me, and somewhere in my mind there was something that I want to choose a career wherein I can help people to achieve a better quality of life. So that was my motivation to become a doctor, right?
So, ma'am, my next question to you is what are some bodybuilding foods?
What are bodybuilding foods? See, basically, bodybuilding foods are the foods which are rich in protein, right? Protein is building block of our body. We all know that we all require protein in our diet. So, protein rich foods are the foods which are rich in milk and milk products are rich in proteins. Nuts, they are rich in proteins. Nuts like almond, walnut, peanuts, coconut, any kind of nuts. Non-veg foods, they are also called bodybuilding foods like chicken, egg. Paneer also can be a bodybuilding food, right? And most important is dal and pulses. These all foods are rich in protein, and protein builds muscle mass in our body. And for building body, we require muscles.
Now, ma'am, my next question is how can we burn fat from our body?
See, fat is not something that we can burn, but we can use in the form of calories. See, it is a myth that we have to burn fat from our body. It has to be used. So, basically, when we exercise, fat gets converted into calories and it is used by our body. So, first is exercise, right? Second thing is proper diet, right? When we eat fat-rich foods in our diet, we increase fat in our diet, right? So when we want to cut on fats from our body, we need to have a healthy balanced diet. If you are overweight, you need to cut down on your calories, right? So these are the two ways wherein we can use or burn fat, what you are saying, or we can use calories from our body.
My next question to you is that if any people is sick at that day, is it necessary to take medicine on that day only?
See, basically it depends upon the sickness. See, our body has own healing system. Our body starts giving signal. See, say for example, when we are going to get fever, our headache starts, we start feeling weak, we get leg cramps, we don't feel like eating food, we feel like vomiting. So our body is signaling us that something is going to be wrong. And any disease takes some incubation period to develop as a disease. So, say for example, if we have common cough and cold, then we don't need to take medicines. But if medicine is critical, and if it is like, say for example, you are getting a heart stroke, then you have to immediately take the medicine because body will not give you response time. So it depends on the type of disease whether we have to take medicine or not.
If someone was in unconsciousness, in that situation, what we have to do?
See, basically, we have to first try to make him conscious. So it depends whatever available resources you have. Say, first and foremost is we give CPR to the person, and we have to see why this person got unconscious. Say, for example, if he has not ate food and if his sugar level is low, then we have to give him ORS water or something related to sugar. You can give sugar mix in water. Or if somebody is unconscious because of some other critical illness, first and foremost thing is at present, first and foremost, if there is some hospital nearby, you have to rush that person immediately to the hospital. And if not, then we can try out with CPR, and then we have to ask that person why he got these things. Right? So it depends again on the person, how he got unconscious and why he got unconscious.
So, ma'am, my question is what type of dairy products we can take?
Very important question, right? See, basically nowadays people are health conscious, and lot of people, they gain weight because they eat lot of different kind of foods. Junk food also is included in that. So always you should use low fat dairy products, and if you want to use milk, best quality of milk is A2 cow milk, right? So it has to be low fat dairy products, and it has to be organic, right? The source has to be organic and fresh. See, if you want to use paneer and if you are keeping it for 5 days in fridge and then you are using, use fresh products basically. So low fat curd, skim milk curd, you can use this kind of dairy products. Any dairy product, if you use in limitation, is not bad. See, important is there has to be a limitation. Say our protein requirement is 1 gram per kg body weight. So if you will take more protein, it is going to harm. Fat requirement is 20 to 25 gram per day. But if you are taking more fats, say for example fried foods, junk food, packet food, chips, then it is going to harm you. So balance is the key. Everything has to be balanced, right?
Ma'am, my next question to you is, in today's time, most of the people have fond of eating junk food. So how much junk food is unhealthy for our body?
See, if I will ask you, why do you have chips? What is the reply?
Because it tastes nice.
So there is a saying in Hindi, हम खाने के लिए जीते हैं या जीने के लिए खाते हैं, right? Nowadays generation is like that. People want taste, right? But what about the nutrition? What about the benefit? See, junk food, what benefit it is going to give? It is only going to give benefit to your tongue, right? And not to your body. So, see, we are smart people. The young generation is very smart. Everything what we are using is smartphone, smartwatch, right? Smart school. Then why we don't use our smartness to keep our health happy and healthy, right? So again I will say balance is the key. I don't say that you don't eat junk food, but you have to be mindful while eating junk food. Once in a week is okay, fine. You want to have good taste and you want to have some flavor in your taste buds. But if you are eating daily, it is going to cause health effects. Your health effects. See, nowadays majority of the kids, they have specs. They have a hair fall issue, right? Their hemoglobin is low or they have other deficiencies like vitamin B12, D3, right? See, before we were not having this kind of problems. We never had faced this kind of problems. But why nowadays we are facing problem? It is because of this, right? Majority of the kids are either obese or undernourished. So what is the reason behind that? It is our junk food and lifestyle. You cannot blame only food for that. Important is our lifestyle. What lifestyle we live. That plays very important role.
What is the reason nowadays small children and age group of 30 to 40 are having heart attacks?
Again, I gave you the answer. Lifestyle. See, lifestyle does not only include diet, right? First and foremost is diet. We have so many food options. We live in India, but we have all continental food over here. It might be enchiladas or Italian or Mediterranean. All type of cuisines are coming up now. When we used to eat normal food, we were happy and healthy. Major reason is stress. Again, sleeping habits. We have changed entire ecosystem, right? We don't sleep at night, right? When we have sunlight, it is a signal that we need to wake up. But when there is darkness, it is the signal that we have to sleep. Now sun sets in the evening. Before, lifestyle was people used to sleep by 9:30. See, all the animals, birds, ecosystem, they follow the rules of nature. Have you seen any animal getting sick?
No.
No. But we as a human being, we are the most intelligent creature on the earth. But we only have diseases. Reason is we don't follow the rules of nature, right? So sleep, stress, hydration, diet, right? So all these things plays very important role. So when we take more pressure, say for example this chair, right? This chair has limitation to take 100 kg. But if I will put 200 kgs on this chair, what will happen?
It will break.
So what is the heart attack? breakdown of heart, right? We have so much of emotional problems nowadays, right? So small kids getting into affair, married people getting into extramarital affair, lot of pressure from the parent side. All parents wants their kids to get 100%, right? They want to excel in everything, right? So if I will take more pressure, I will break down, right? So when we take more pressure, mentally, emotionally, physically, we tend to break down. So I want to give a message to all the people that do as per your capacity, right? If you can do up for 70%, don't expect too much. Don't take pressure. Life is for living happily. God has given us birth to live our life, not to take pressure and stress. This is very, very important, right?
Ma'am, my next question is, the painkiller is useful to our body or not?
See, again, any medicine which we take is a chemical, right? Any chemical which we will put in our body is going to cause some or other effect, right? Painkiller cannot cure pain. It just subsides the pain. So, when I have headache, if I take a painkiller, my pain will get subsided. But important is to go to the root cause of the pain. Say for example, headache. When I get headache, if I don't sleep well, if I am going to get any fever, if I have taken more stress, if I have not ate food, if I go out more in sunlight, if I go out in noise, too much of noise, see, these are the reasons of getting headache. If I have not eaten food, I should eat food, my headache will go, right? So first go to the root cause of the problem, and if it is not subsided, then you can go for alternative painkiller. But to take painkiller immediately is not the solution, right? Doctor also says when you should take painkiller, when you have extreme pain or you have undergone some surgery. Say for example, if I go for some surgery and if I say I don't want to take painkiller, it is going to cause problem to my body, right? So when there is some condition wherein my body requires painkiller, it's fine. But for normal causes, you should not go for painkiller. Every medicine has positive effect also and negative effect also. But again, it depends on the problem, right?
My next question is to you. During the time of monsoon, most of the people become sick. What's the reason behind it and how to prevent them?
See, monsoon is a time when there is a rainfall. Weather becomes humid, right, and damp. So when there is a rainfall, microorganisms, they increase. The environment and atmosphere is such that increase of mosquitoes is maximum, because we all know mosquitoes require optimum temperature between 25 to 30 degree, which is suitable in monsoon. So what we can do is, first and foremost is wear full clothes so that mosquito bite is less. Second thing, hydrate yourself with healthy fluids. Now healthy fluids means you can take warm water with some infusion, say like jeera, soft. You can also have green tea, you can have soups, you can have moong water, you can have mud water, even drinks like ORS, coconut water, lemon water. It will help us to build immunity. See, for immunity we require vitamin C in our body, and vitamin C is available from lemon. Best source of vitamin C is lemon, amla. Try to avoid raw foods in monsoon, because lot of microorganisms and germs are present on the surface of the raw food, right? So particularly for monsoon, you should avoid eating raw foods, say like salad, raw vegetables. Try to avoid. And if you want to eat, clean and wash it properly with warm water, and then only you should use.
So ma'am, my next question to you is, during these days, children are eating so much packet food. So what are the disadvantages of it?
See, again I said, disadvantage, there is biggest disadvantage because packet foods have junk, zero calories, no calories. Trans fat is the worst form of fat, right? Matlab, it will cause you such a bad lifestyle diseases. One of the girl asked me the question, why these people, young age group, are getting more heart attacks. It is because of trans fat, right? This trans fat, they don't get digested in our body and they get accumulated in the form of fat, right? So first and foremost, by eating junk food, cardiovascular risk increases, digestion problem. Lot of young students have digestive issues. Either they have constipation or they have loose motion or they get lot of gas and bloating. They have severe headache which doctor calls migraine, right? Migraine is caused by eating packet foods, right? They are carcinogenic. You know packets, lot of silver comes out when we
Yes.
cut the packet, right? And the masalas which they are using, they have lot of artificial food colors and additives which are not recommended for kids. It can cause cancer. Not only cardiovascular diseases, but nowadays cancer is also very prominent in young age group. So this is the major cause of cancer.
Ma'am, my last question is why you have selected this field?
See, basically that's what I say. When I was a student, my vision was not clear. But I got a very good teacher who gave me vision. I will never forget my teacher. She gave me vision that Minaz, you have potential to help number of people, crore of people. Then why don't you be sincere in your studies? Right? So my vision was to help people with preventive healthcare. So my work is more than doctor, right? So I work on preventive healthcare. I help people to choose healthy lifestyle. So I help people how to live lifestyle wherein you can be physically fit, mentally fit, emotionally fit and spiritually fit, right? So that was my biggest motivation. And once I started my journey, I came up with lot of patients having diabetes, having heart problems, having incurable diseases like cancer. And when I used to work with them, I used to feel that no, my life is really worth because I am helping them to live a better quality of life.
At last, I want to say that God gives us life and doctor saves our life. And a very big thank you to you, ma'am, for providing us such a fruitful information. Thank you so much for coming over here.
Thank you. You all students were very good. Thank you so much. Gajera School, Vice Principal, Principal and entire management of the school to bring me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.